Hi guys, welcome back to more Dangonronpa. Goodbye despair. Let's head to Monokuma Rock and let's do the 5th class trial. Let's see what awaits us.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is that it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it, you're making me depressed.
Stupid fool!
So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must dot our friends. Once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
We've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know.
That's where I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after the deal with this class trial,
That's
I'll
right.
definitely find out who the killer is no matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? The feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know.
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you
Damn right, stupid rabbit should shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers. I realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who we can be proud of yourself. Someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
Can you tell by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off the Minimaru. It'd be annoying if it started talking during the trial. Fine.
But still.
Somehow, I understand what Manami is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going. To the class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Here we go. Into the mouth of the Monokuma. Jesus Christ, that's horrible. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Yeah.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I just realised I thought there was 7. Oh, there was 7 of them. There's only 6 of them left now. I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survive need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened. The bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair?
Well now.
Well then, now that Chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell
Enough,
up.
just fucking start this already.
Hey.
It's alright, this is the last class trial, right?
Yep.
It sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right.
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this class trial started.
Viva
The last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. The curtain's about to rise. Nagito Kameda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there was also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it. But there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. Only Chiaki's alive on the second page, holy shit. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Here, let's have a look at our skills, actually. I've got a lot more room than I had before. I haven't actually been buying any skills at all, which is probably a really bad idea, I just realised. Whoops. Oh well, I've got all the skills I can equip, because I'm an idiot. Guess that's what we'll go for. Actually, what did this one do? Greatly increases influence gauge, effective during the class trial. Okay, that's kind. Our truth bullets are the Monokuma File 5, torture wounds on Nagito, a burned rope indicating he was probably suspended above the area, I suspect, survival knife through his hands, blood on the left hand, duct tape over his mouth, and it looked like he had been covered and breathed into the duct tape for some time, spear of gun gear thrust through his stomach, presumably the killing blow, but maybe not, the Monokuma plushie Nagito was presumably hiding in that's covered in blood there. Blood on the girder, which indicates he was probably suspended above the arena after he'd been tortured. Monokuma panels indicating someone set a trap, so when we opened the door, the Monokuma panels fell down like dominoes and hit a lighter, which set the place on fire. The oil lighter that was used to set the place on fire. MP3 player, which was used to get our attention to go to the place in the first place. Sonia's account, saying the bombs to the military base. Let me just check this one, actually, because I don't actually know. She was one of the bombs to the military base, the ancient ruins, and they found out they were fake, so the whole thing when Nagito was staged, basically, at that point. Monokuma's account. Monokuma knew all along the bombs were fake, however, he apparently never revealed it to anyone. Minami's notebook. Minami can't write, yet someone has been writing her notebook every day, which is very fucking weird. So, we don't know who wrote in the notebook. I don't know. Gas masks and gloves that were hidden under Nagito's cottage under his bed, which is very odd as well. Piece of blue paper. It's a piece of aluminum foil that was found underneath his bed. Monokuma's special poison. I'm assuming the piece of blue paper is a seal for Monokuma's special poison, which would indicate that Nagito has been using poison or has used it somewhere on the island, which is really, again, weird. And then finally, the Hope's Academy file that has profiles for all 16 students. One of them is the traitors, but it's been faked by Monokuma, so we're not sure which one it is. The only thing we know for sure is it isn't Byakuya, because Byakuya wasn't Byakuya. He was the ultimate imposter, aka someone else. Because Monokuma has confirmed that file is legitimate. Anyway, let's begin the class trial, shall we, guys? You ready for hopefully finding out what happened? Trial. Alright.
Now then, let's begin.
Let's not begin with a simple explanation.
Punish everyone. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Monami's gonna lose her shit. Oh, fuck.
Presto!
Jesus.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Well, Minami is just standing there, and she is unmoving, which is kind of creepy. I've never thought Minami would be scary, but she now is.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
This might even be a suicide. I don't even fucking trust Nagito at all.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If
Let's
he was
see.
killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
I think it'll be as easy as that for Yahiko.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell
my
me you're
God.
the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
I must admit, I feel at this point that Kazuichi and Akane are both too fucking stupid to have committed any crimes on any level. I'm not going to completely dismiss them, but I hate to say it, but Fuyuhiko and Chiaki are the #1 culprits here because they have a fucking brain. But maybe they're pretending to be dumb, so you never know. Or it's just suicide.
That's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Here we go! Make your arguments, guys. Let's begin.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Okay.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
That's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
I mean, that's possible as well.
So, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
I'm not sure that's
That
true.
was Fuyuhiko.
I'm not sure that's true, you know.
I found it by coincidence.
I mean, it wasn't well hidden.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
Okay, I have no idea what's a contradiction there. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Right, let's review that again. Let's review that point. Torture wounds. Both Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with lots of stab wounds. This is one of the clues, right? Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The tape itself had a lot of crinkles on it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. Is that the clue?
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Why
The
can't I
reason
select...
Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay.
So that's why he was so
I can't
beat
select
up.
stuff, guys. What the fuck is going on?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's
Okay, guys, I
mouth
think
to
I've got
shut-
this fixed
I'm telling
now.
you, they were tortured.
The reason Nagito's body was...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do the whole time.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Okay.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Of course.
I'm prepared.
Why do I have to fucking argue with you? You're an idiot.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in
Oh
that
my
trap.
god. Here we go. Swords at the ready. This is going to get even increasingly difficult, isn't it? Well, let's go for the duct tape as my...
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't, but that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Okay, well, we pushed him back a bit there fairly
Tape
easily.
his mouth shut. How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer took and got information. Then, after they killed him...
There you go.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Fuck you.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was
Because
beat
the
up.
blood.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even
So
wounded.
the duct tape was placed on his face before he was tortured. And they weren't trying to interrogate
And the
him.
duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such
I
ferocity.
mean, they're clearly not a very nice person,
They
or it's a suicide.
probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to
I
make
mean,
him suffer?
it certainly looks like the killer's trying to make him suffer, but I wouldn't put it past him in self-inflicting those wounds, apart from the massive spear. Oh, I tell you... Okay, right. Theory, guys, okay? So, Nagito I don't know how he tied himself up. I guess you could feasibly do that. No, I'm not sure you could. The tying up is the one thing I'm not sure about. Okay, no, actually he did. No, he tied his 2 feet up, and then he tied his right arm up. So his left arm, it would be his left, yeah. And then his right arm, he had the But then how did he put the sword? He must have put the thing through his. He must have put the knife through his hand first, laid on the floor. Then when they came in, the lighter caused the rope to burn on the Spear of Gungear, which fell directly into his own stomach, and it's a completely his own setup. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. It looks like he did it himself, I would say 110%.
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
It's him.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Hmm? The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
I don't think so.
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
It is plausible because it's true.
Killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used.
Obviously, but I'm pretty sure Nagito is the one that set it up.
Setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason with the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear this up first. Well, I know what it is. It's the fucking domino effect thing. So it would be the Monokuma panels.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
That is correct.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Yeah, I'm sure this is
Some
Nagito.
kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
No,
They probably just threw the lighter.
no.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
Okay.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
It's gotta be soon.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Fuck you,
Or
idiot.
perhaps opening the door caused.
There you go.
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure.
Oh my god.
A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
Why am I
not wind pressure.
friends such fucking
They
idiots?
probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
This is obviously a suicide, guys. It's kind of frustrating. I don't like
The
those.
domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one thing to hide the domino effect. Distract us with the music.
I see!
I was correct.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Okay, so yeah, we know, the music played. Jesus Christ.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine! So she broke it down. I don't need to read these. Why am I reading these? I normally don't. So it was set up so Akane's attack on the door would trigger the whole thing.
By a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so...
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
That door was the entrance to the warehouse. I see, so the problem Chiaki's talking about is... Well, the killer couldn't have left, right?
I see!
Because the killer's Nagito, guys! He set this all
The
up!
panel was so close to the door.
The poison, he must have poisoned himself to fuck the time of death, perhaps, as well. Which makes things even more... Oh my god, he's such a fucking lunatic.
The killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Nagito.
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime?
We know it's a suicide already? Are you fucking kidding me? The person who set up the domino effect inside this warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Nagito. Right? It's a fucking suicide. I love the way like they were just like already fucking deciding this.
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up?
Because it's a suicide and he's trying to fuck with us the whole time. And he's just what he's done the whole game.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
Oh my god.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
I'm not sure it would be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
So we got to prove that this was a
It seems we need
suicide.
to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it,
It's not. There's some fucking
impossible.
elaborate way he's fucking with us. Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. He used the burned rope to trigger everything, so he could already be tied up beforehand. He didn't need to because the trigger was the rope that was burned down.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's
That was it.
obviously
That was
impossible.
it. Fuck.
Tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with. It'd be impossible.
How about if you use your
Dirty joke.
Guys, you
Dirty joke.
guys are fucking idiots. Constantly idiots.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
There you go.
No, that's wrong. Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
He had one arm
The
free,
rope on
right?
his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been
My
tied up before.
reasoning wasn't quite on, but I
Burned
was
because
right.
of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof the burned rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. What is about his right sleeve? Don't know what it is, but yep. The other ones didn't make sense.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree?
Didn't even think about that.
A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Jesus Christ.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand
Oh
wasn't
god, here we
tied
go.
up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is
The knife was
obvious.
suspended above him by the rope.
You tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Not only did she try and charge me, now she wants the money back. What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in the right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. Was the knife like... I don't fucking know, actually. I have no idea. The blood on the girder, maybe? Let's listen to the thing first.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
That is the one that makes sense, but...
And slammed his right hand down on it?
Fuck.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right
And to be
hand.
fair, you don't know it's going to fall from that high. It can't be the girder, because the girder's too high up. You couldn't aim it properly, right?
Even if Nagito's right hand was
Was
free,
it on the plushie?
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Oh, God.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Right, here we go.
Maybe he propped and slammed his
Oh
right
my
hand
god, I just
down
fucked up,
on it?
guys.
If he just propped...
Let's do that all over
If
again.
you're tied up, we don't know
Oh my
if
god,
his left
wasting
hand could
time.
even reach his right hand.
Okay, we just skip ahead to Chiaki says it, right? That's what I want to...
Even if Nagito's
It must
how
be
could he
propped
stab
up
his
on the...
right
I don't
And
really
let
fully
the
get
knife-
it,
could
but
he
still.
stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife...
There you go.
I agree with that.
There we go. Because it's got blood in it, right?
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie.
I'm not sure I
stomach.
understand this thinking, but still.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it
Oh!
up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
Oh, that makes so much sense!
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
1 second, guys. I need to go and have an excite poop. Okay, guys, my excited poop is over. It was a really good one. Like a really good one. Holy shit.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
Okay.
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been
Yeah,
the last thing
it
to
was
happen to
suspended from the
Nagito.
rafter.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit
Yeah,
to
I'm
his
not sure he could have done that.
constitution. If you got penetrated by something so
Oh my
big and
god,
thick,
really?
you would die
Really?
instantly.
I'm sorry. Didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? This isn't the time, guys.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want
No,
to
it was
believe
suicide.
It, right?
It's Monokuma, shut the fuck up, it's
That's why
suicide.
you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
No.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monami sassy.
Yeah, she's got a real attitude now.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Of
As
course.
Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
Wise words by
No matter how
Chiaki.
many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But suicide is unimaginable.
I don't think unimaginable is the right
think so?
term.
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
There is, like he suspended it from the
What
ceiling.
kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Huh.
Everyone.
I have bad
working
thoughts, guys.
together.
I'm thinking something. She's right, we made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then even now...
Alright, let's do this.
Can I just say that you stole my catchphrase, Hajime, and I'm actually going to see. Let's go. I reckon the person who's going to be punished in this is the traitor. Right? Nagito is going to be revealing who the traitor is with this crime somehow. I just had a thought about that.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When
Okay.
the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
That is true.
He was only able to move his left hand.
Yeah.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left
No,
hand.
it doesn't.
No, that's wrong.
Because he had blood. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the
Exactly.
possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you
It's
think
because
it
he was
looks
holding
somewhat
something. He was holding the
strange?
rope for the spear of Gunga.
He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain.
Okay.
Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but
Unnatural
What's wrong
bloodstains
with
mean
that?
things, idiot.
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
It was holding the thing, gripping.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping
Exactly.
with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm.
He was gripping like the
And
rope
back
was
from
he
the
grabbing
sphere.
his front tail?
Oh my god, I was about to make a masturbating joke and then they actually made
Grabbing
one.
the spear.
Now that you mention it, compared
Front
to
tail.
the rest of his body,
Jesus.
the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
They look pretty bad
But
to me, they
even
look
if he held the
worse.
spear with his tied up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
The section of the spear he was holding onto is holding onto the cord, the rope.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord.
And it was hooked around the thing at the top.
There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off
His
by
hand
something.
where he was holding it.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around,
No,
and
it was hooked
stabbed
over the
himself,
fucking...
right?
You idiots. Oh my god.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand, but from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? The girder. The fucking girder! Everyone knows it's the girder! No, shut the fuck up, Sonia, let's fucking do this.
How about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
You guys idiots?
That's a long plan, Nate.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach, so it's just before that. That's it, could it be? The state of the spear and the fact Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment, or a Hangman's Gambit or something. Put these together and think about it. I should be able to figure out where the sphere was and what state it was before it stabbed Nagito. We got... Oh, logic die, fuck. Here we go. See how much I can fuck this up. These are actually getting... Oh, fuck. Okay, I already hit something that's not good. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's such bullshit the way they pop up at the last second. I fucking hate these. Yeah, because in a court case, what we need is skiing. Question 1. Where the spear just before it impaled Nagito is above Nagito. That is correct. Oh, now we have moving shit. Great. Oh, God. Here we go. Well, I went straight into those. Come on! Oh, that was very close. Question 2. Where was the sphere? It was on the ceiling girder. Are you saying sphere instead of spear? I mean spear. That's why I had the fucking bloodstains on it, from where he tortured himself already, like he just got some blood off on it. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh. Oh, what a load of horse shit that is. They're like moving like tiny, tiny fucking spaces. Okay, here we go. Right. What is next? Question 3. Why did you connect the spear and the ceiling girder, the cord? Oh, I just made that. I just fucking made that. Don't give you much time to come up with the answer, do you? There you go. Logic dive complete. Fantastic. The thing is, I already said how this was done, like, right at the beginning of the thing. This isn't much of a mystery. I hope there is more to come in the second part of this trial.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle?
Let's drop a save just in case something bad happens as well. It's good to be prepared.
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was
That's a
laying
fucking
face
horrible
up.
thing to
I
do to
noticed
yourself.
a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Yeah, makes sense.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for
It really
real?
is a suicide.
He really committed suicide?
Makes
Every
sense.
single wound on his body.
That is really
That was
sick
all
as well.
him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping a spear?
Oh my fucking god.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Oh, of course. That makes
Did he need
sense.
to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to
Face
make a
was
mistake.
squeaking, guys.
By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, now I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimate his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's how the form his malice took. I've forgotten all about it till now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
That's an interesting point.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a
That would make
scenario where
sense.
any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. And tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason?
Maybe there's something
alone?
more to it.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide.
There's
was
more
all
to it
done
than
by him
this.
So we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
What's
It's
that?
Probably just my imagination.
Why, I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Yuta committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide.
Something's wrong. I can't just
Well,
say.
I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with
I'm
this
not really
last class
sure.
trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's
Oh,
okay
shut up,
to
fuck up.
say,
Shut the fuck up,
"You've
Monokuma.
decided
Don't,
on
no,
the
no, something's
killer?"
wrong, something's wrong.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That is a fair point, but why are you so nervous for
That's
Yuhiko?
true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense.
The time of death, right?
And it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that you couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
The time of death. Okay. A piece of evidence you couldn't mess with. It'll be the Monokuma file, because the time of death's in it.
I see!
Or is it the cause of death?
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Because it doesn't say the cause of death, right, the file.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Yeah. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki's worried about is it the cause instead of the time, actually? Because I reckon it's the poison, right? So, cause of death for this fucking logic dive that we suddenly are thrown into. I must admit, not logic dive. I fucking hate these. Oh my god, this is chaos, guys. I'm so dead. I am so dead, guys. I'm actually gonna die here. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, guys. Like, it's impossible to keep track of all this shit that's going on. Oh, I'm so dead. I didn't expect this to be so hard suddenly. Just quickly just try and get through it. No, it's too much! There's too much shit going on. It's impossible to avoid it. Oh my god, this is awful. T, I need a T. Just go. Did it. Fucking hell. That was just like, oh, solve it quickly or die. Holy shit. I guess that could be the last logic dive if there's no more trials, though.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
No, is it? Okay, yeah, it just lists the wounds. It doesn't say the cause of death at all.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important.
Okay, so how
mystery in
Nagito
the
died?
case.
Holy shit! Guys, I just realised something really fucking awful. The bombs we threw at Nagito, they had the poison in them and that's what killed him, and he accidentally made one of us kill him, so one of us is guilty as fuck. It isn't a suicide! One of us killed Nagito by accident! Holy fucking shit, what a cunt! What a piece of shit cunt! What a piece... Ah! Holy shit! What a fucking arsehole! Who is it? Oh my god, one of us is fucked and we didn't even mean to do it!
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide. But, it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all
He
killed?
fucked with us.
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily?
I'm in shock, guys.
This is Nagito
What a
we're
cunt.
talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be safe.
You are right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case,
He's
I'll do
being
my
a bit
best to go
weird for
along with
Yahiko.
it.
This is friggin' annoying, but if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together,
Please don't be Jackie. She's so
everything
nice.
should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
Fuck off, Minami. I hope you die.
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. He said he was yearning for that. Then this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Time for a break, I'm guessing. Yeah, time for a break. Class trial suspended. Oh, God. One of us is innocent and we're still fucked.
No, no.
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it's going to happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. The only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Minami? How much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along with like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So Minami and I are the bestest of the best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides, the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. And as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother! It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some more demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Their little comedy routines are so weird and Japanese. Anyway. Trial reopens. And that's where we're going to end this episode of Dangonronpa. Goodbye Despair, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, unfortunately, Nagito's killer is not Nagito. It is one of us. And one of us is probably going to get fucked. Let's see who it is. Hope it's Kazuichi. I really don't like him.